You hit the button?
I did hit the button. It's not often that like I wait the good second. It's normally because like I'm waiting for like of course it's already doing it. Yeah,
uh,
your microphone is unmuted but has no signal, and it's like what the fuck do you mean? What is not being listened to? Like
oh. Oh
every
no.
every time I
It's Everton.
uh that's not the point. Uh, hello, welcome.
Hello. We
This
will
is
talk.
this is YARP number 117, and today we
Too
decided
many.
what
Made a joke, I said too many.
uh we are discussing Project Hail Mary. Finally, uh,
Hail Mary Project.
yes, she wants to just mix all the stuff up. So we're like, so whose idea was it to go see this movie? Was it yours or mine?
It was mine. Well, was it? Wait, it was both of ours.
I think once I had found out that this was written by uh, the same author as The Martian, I was like, oh my god, we have to go see this film because
Hmm?
I really loved The Martian. The Martian was uh, it's old school like hard science fiction, meaning a lot of the information, especially like if it's of the time, like it
I'm
like is
so
all
refraining from
fairly
singing that song, man.
fairly accurate. Like for like a lot of the math in The Martian, for example, checks out.
That's another thing I like about this movie. Like the math checks out too.
Yeah, a lot
And
of
like I'm
the
in physics right now, so I know what all of it meant too. And I was just like, whoa. So I think the movie was like really great. We laughed, we cried. It was great.
yeah, I honestly, it's not often that a film is able to hit so many emotional moments, including like outright fear, because
Right.
a lot of the moments like we'll go do like not necessarily like a full breakdown of everything, but we'll
The
talk about
summary.
like brief things like from time to time, like the
Mm,
very beginning of the entire crew just being dead and him not even remembering who he is. That's just
yeah.
that's
That's
classic.
crazy.
That's
Yeah.
classic like cosmic horror shit.
Horror. Yeah.
That's the like we now just have to figure out like he's got to figure fucking everything out, man.
Yeah, he has to find out who he is and everything else. And he has to remember his memories. And it's just like, whoa. He's like looking through the stuff, like, who is this people? Who is these people? And then he looked at it and he was like, oh, well, shit.
Oh yeah, and as we see more and more stuff as his journey goes on, it's very interesting, man. Uh,
Hmm.
guys, I'm like trying to just simply get this. Come on, there we go. Uh, yeah, I just threw on like Elite Dangerous just to throw on the funny
Space
little
vibes.
space game, yeah. Uh, and and then the horror of the split second horror before he met Rocky was pretty intense as well, because like thank God
Hmm.
Rocky was actually friendly.
Right. Because it could have been like something like a monster, like a big other species that could have ate him, anything. But he was just a friendly little cute little guy.
Just a little guy.
And they learned how to communicate with each other and he made words for him to speak to him.
The
And
fact that they did that was just absolutely amazing.
mm, and then he was able to speak to him and stuff.
And them figuring out like what each individual word meant, and then figuring out like how to give him the voice as they go from like voice to voice was
It
uh,
was funny. That was
it
kind of fun.
was very good. Yeah.
And there was literally moments where there was funny moments, like him tripping over himself, like and he saw the space and like and he looks down, like anybody would be afraid if they look down and they see nothing but space, and they would have been like, what do I do?
Oh yeah, and then not to mention again all the crew is just fucking dead.
Right, and he's on his own. Like he can't communicate either to Earth if he wanted to.
So, like, I think both of us like are kind of. We've been talking about this. We both think this movie is absolutely fantastic. Like
Hmm.
this, like
It brought tears to our eyes, literally.
it might be another fucking 9 or 10 out of 10, which is funny for me at least, because like both, like
Iron
this
Lung,
episode is is
right?
proceeding is like following Iron Lung, and it's just like yeah I didn't like that went from like it's very interesting about how both of these movies address the concept of utter extinction, because
Yeah,
like
because I made the joke like the stars are gone
but it's like the
because
whole
it was at the beginning.
deal
Yeah,
behind those little microbes is yeah they are eating stars.
yeah, and it could have been the stars are gone, but that's a different type of. I like how the two movies distinct in their own. Um, like for Project Hail Mary, it's like a real life scenario situation, and then you have Iron Lung, which is a horror concept. If you think about, it's both terrifying in their own right. Because if you think about it, what would happen if all those stars just straight up disappeared?
Especially if you
It,
were in a space station or a shuttle, like, and then having to question like the only thing that's left are like blood moons. Meanwhile, this one is like we
uh,
need to send like 3 people on essentially a suicide mission,
yeah,
uh,
just
to
to save the
to
Earth. We can
to
figure
figure
it
out
out to save the
why
Earth.
this one star is not being consumed.
Right.
And I like how the realization of what is happening is like it's very obvious. Like as they
Hmm.
show like a montage of like a probe that had been studying Venus, uh, and they see the particles, like they see the microbes for at the astrophage is what they call it. Uh, and the lady just immediately has to like walk away because like she thinks like yes this has to be looked at, this has to be studied, and then it comes to the realization of like this will consume our star, and it's like they find out that this isn't just our star that's happening in it, this is like every star in the galaxy.
Including the sun.
No, like no, I'm saying it's only eating suns.
Well, yeah, the sun, like that. No, I mean like including the sun itself, like because in they were talking about it and they were like, yes, it's dimming. They're eating it. That's terrifying. Even the kids in the movie were like, what? What the hell is happening?
Oh well, Grace desperately was trying to get that little girl to stop talking about that because
Yeah,
it's
that's
kind of
scary for
insane.
other
Yeah.
kids. Yeah, and it's like we must like. That's why he was trying to keep it like um not optimistic, but like would change not change the subject either, but like hey, this might happen in another 30 years. But still, that is 30 years and we could have lived longer. And they're like, he was like, oh, they'll figure it out, you know? And then it's like, the government was like, no, you're gonna figure it out.
Oh yeah,
And
the
he was just a
pressure
middle
of
school
a.
teacher.
Well, to be fair, he was a middle school teacher, not by choice.
Mm-hmm.
Especially with how his peers were viewing the entire situation. Uh, and then like the fact that why he was even hired in the first place, like we need somebody to figure this out, even though they kind of already had it figured out. And as she said, she wanted somebody that would not listen to anyone else in the room.
Mm-hmm.
Now, there is just something about how the the view of like almost total annihilation, because this isn't like cuz the with Iron Lung, like the species was kind of doomed to begin with. Like the
Yes.
like everything was just gone. Like I think when we looked deeper into the lore, there was only like less than 1,000 humans left. It's like that's not enough. That's not enough to
Yeah, that's not
repopulate,
enough.
especially with all the dwindling level of resources.
Yeah. And like they're trying to find resources and they send these convicts to go into these deadly missions knowing these submarines are not, you know, and the fact that they sent that other one to, what was it, SM8? Yeah, sent SM8 down there and was like, when they lost contact with them they never spoke about it again, like that wasn't important.
Yeah, no one seemed to address the fact that one of the most important things they had was just gone.
Yeah.
Well that's more in the game. In the movie, it's very important the fact they found the SM8. Uh,
Mm-hmm.
but uh, so like if we sound all scatterbrained, it's kind of because we literally just saw it like a few hours
Yeah.
ago, and we're like we don't have we don't have the luxury of being able to like look back as
Mm-hmm.
we're
Yeah,
speaking
because
about
it's
this.
still, yeah, it's still showing.
Uh, honestly, just almost every moment like was just absolute beautiful when
Even
they were
yeah,
like yeah.
even the scenes like from um when they went in the current of the microbes, like it was
Yeah, it's
all
like
this
the
red
the
infrared. It was
field of
beautiful.
astrophage, and yeah, and they were more detectable once like the again when you talk about the science of it all, they were easily detected when you looked under the UV light replicating Venus's atmosphere, and then talked about how it could be replicated through that same CO2 light, and that would later create the astrophage drive, like the spin drive. And it's like, oh well, yeah, that's how they solved the issue of faster than light travel.
You know what's funny? Those look like the boxes they used to throw it down and try to fish them out. That's funny.
The what?
The thing you were looking at, it looks like the thing they were
Oh
holding,
yeah,
like throwing out.
the space
Yeah.
stations in Elite Dangerous. Yeah, there's I forgot what this type of shape is called. Uh, but yeah, a lot of the space stations in Elite Dangerous look like that. They have the sorry, I just realized I was like, wait a minute, I'm kind of just bouncing with it like aimlessly, so I just quickly grabbing something else. But the like how they figured out the faster than light travel, which is something that we can't figure it out right now because we don't have some magical, well, not
Mm,
magical, like a celestial microbe that feeds off stars. Like we don't have
mm-hmm.
anything like that.
No.
Because it was able to melt like I think a metric ton of metal in like 0.3 seconds.
Mhm. Because if that's gonna happen, imagine what's gonna happen on Earth if it broke through the atmosphere.
Oh well, yeah, we see it. It like
Yeah, I know. Yeah.
just like I think they said what like like a milligram of the stuff just
Mhm.
detonated an entire fucking building. They were supposed to have a
And killed
nano.
2 people.
They were
It
supposed to have
killed
a
2 people.
nanogram. Like
Mhm.
that's that's an insane like level of energy that is needed because that's what you would need in order to move faster than light. Because problem the problem is always like, do you understand why we can't do faster than light travel?
Mm.
As an object is going faster, the heavier it gets, meaning the more energy it
Mhm.
needs to push forward. Um,
Right.
like, and the problem being is we have nothing that can produce that level of energy.
Right. That's why they needed how much? Two? What did they say? 2 million? 2 million, right? 2 million kilograms of
Yeah, they needed quite an amount
Mhm.
because yeah they would uh let's see. The problem being is like yeah we don't have access to the script so we can't just pull the fucking number back up. Um,
Yeah.
how much astrophage?
He's totally not
Yeah,
googling.
he needed 2,000 metric tons of the stuff.
Mhm.
And seeing that all get done and seeing just the processes including like how to get it done cuz
Mhm.
let's face it, Grace didn't have a choice the moment he met
Mhm.
what's her face. Uh because
I
like
don't
she
remember her name honestly.
cuz then when he was investigating all of this with Carl, that's when they had the joke of like, do I have an expense account? No, but I
For
do.
the government.
Like, yeah, it's all of the world's government, and yeah, just went to the fucking hardware store and just started just buying shit, and you just see
They're
the.
like they're fooling around, like they're having fun, and I'm like, yes, this is funny.
Well, it's like it's mainly switch cockpit mode. There we go. Uh, it's a system map. Uh, this beam laser. All right, and just seeing these two people just getting along and having to pull their resources into creating this, and
Mhm.
uh, it's how we then figure out the project in general. Oh, this is auto launch. Okay. Uh, and finding out like I loved the fact that that's what it was like. It was a project Hail Mary. It's not just the name of the movie; it's the name of the titular project to fix this whole situation, and
Mhm.
like it just shows the desperation that they're going because they even named it after like an almost unwinnable scenario of a Hail Mary.
Mhm.
And that sense of just blind hope and uh like I almost said spite but not really, that doesn't really come from her, uh
Mhm.
but just this need that they have to fix it because otherwise it's the extinction of the entire species.
Right.
That's why Sign of the Times was so impactful to me because it was just this because as we made many sort of comparisons and talking about like the theme or the
Mm,
sort of the vibe of Iron Lung, like it
right.
felt like a lot of their survival was more almost out of spite because they had no choice but to survive and would kind of
Mm,
won't really know what that leads to because this is clearly isn't going to get like a sequel or anything. Uh,
right.
as I fly closer into a sun. Uh,
And then Iron Lung is just like they had hope, they have hope, but the fact is that Simon was like, "Yo, hope is not coming. You just need to let that shit go. Like um
yeah,
it's
they're
not gonna
hoping out of
happen."
spite, whereas uh, like with Hail Mary, it's
Mm-hmm.
this it's this hope, almost out of a it's a hopeful desperation.
Mm,
It's only a few times that the facade in that lady finally cracks and she's just like, no, like we have to just do this or people are going to die.
and she knew what she was doing, and they tranquilized. Is that the right word? Tranquilize.
Yeah, they technically tranquilized him, but they drugged him. Like they drugged all of them because this was a they had to be put into a medically induced coma for most of the journey.
And then he woke up and he was like, "Damn, they're dead."
Well, first off, he didn't even know what was happening
No,
because
yeah, and he was looking
the
for people, and
robot
he was
yeah
like,
well it's because the robot said that like you'll experience memory loss.
mm-hmm,
Let's see. And just little bits of comedy too. I appreciated
mm-hmm,
like Rocky's little ship, like like as he would as Grace would be like, nope, fuck this.
mm-hmm.
Rocky's ship would just be like, oh, where are you going?
Hey, come back here. I was talking to you.
Yeah, man.
And they're like, their interactions were very cute. So like, he's like, "Oh, I got a roommate." Well, and then he's just talking to the camera, and Rocky goes, "Who are you talking to?"
Oh yeah, because he doesn't quite understand that these are just
Mm-hmm.
like a thing to keep his sanity going, and he's just like he has incredible hearing.
Mm-hmm. And the fact that he can see through walls too, and it's just like, and he's like, "Oh, nothing."
It's sort of an echolocation type
Mm-hmm.
vision. The couple times we do flash to Rocky's POV, it is quite
It's like kind of look like
interesting.
infrared, but it's not. But it's grayed out.
Like
That's
as
the only
long
thing
as
I
there
can think
was
of.
as long as there was something to look at, uh,
Mm-hmm.
like that's why when he was trying to
Oh my
figure this
god,
out via
his.
time, he just put bumps on the numbers.
Mm-hmm. And the fact that he his story with his, excuse me, crew, that was really sad.
Oh
Like
yeah,
he's like, "Oh,"
there were
and then
30 of
because they
them.
were, yeah, and he was watching he over them sleep because that means like you keep them safe. And the fact is, when they're laying down and they are not moving, he like they know what that is.
Yeah, because the way they sleep is like they're apparently they just stop moving.
Hmm.
So to us it looks like they're fucking dead.
Yeah.
And then as
What
they
got
were
me was like, we're out of the atmosphere of the planet that the I'm gonna keep calling them microbes. I don't know.
the life that would later eat it, the predator is what they were referring
Yeah.
to it as. The planet that they would later call Adrian because
Hmm.
I loved like there's just a lot of human moments in this film,
Mm.
like including including when all of this starts happening and he has to like go on a spacewalk. He does at one point just go no,
and
or when Rocky says it's safe to breathe, and he's just like I really can't test that.
but like the fact that like they almost died um when they were leaving that planet, what got me was they were trying to leave, and as it was spinning like back, all you the music cut off. Silence. Like the
Oh yeah,
way they had it.
this movie uses like the silence of space very well.
Yeah, and that's terrifying. And all you can hear, like you can think him, you can kind of hear his little the little guy's little screaming thing. And because he was like he got hit, like he hit his head on the thing, you could see blood, and I was like, oh, don't tell me he's dead, man. And like the fact, and he managed to flip one switch but not the other, and he passed out.
Oh yeah, because the G forces
Hmm.
and him passing out
Like
was
he got hit the first time in the head
well
with
yeah.
a
Not only is
big
he
object
suffering
too.
from a concussion, yeah, he's also like the human body. Like, do you understand like what how G forces work?
G forces? No.
So the gravity just existing around you right now, that's 1 g.
Mm,
You experience them through multitude of ways, uh, them either going up or down through things like riding on an elevator, or the most more famous ones, going up and down in a plane or a roller coaster. uh,
mm.
when you experience too many g's, you can black out because uh, there's just not enough blood going to your head, or you can red out because there's too much blood in your head. Uh,
Mm.
that's why astronauts have to train uh, like so hard to be able to withstand the level of G forces needed for the
And
job. It's
mind you, he didn't have the training at all. Remember, they tranquilized him, and
yeah
that's
they
like that's crazy. The crazy part, and it got me because like their interaction was going so well, and then all of a sudden, like he thinks he's dead because that's what happened to his crew, and it made me cry a little. Like, no, don't tell me this is over, man. Like, why would you? And then the fact that he literally risked his life because he can't breathe that air, and he
well, it's
flipped the
not just that
switch
he
and
it's
did the
not just that
things.
it's not just that he couldn't breathe the air. It's that he couldn't exist in the atmosphere because it said that Rocky's uh, atmosphere was entirely argon based. So that
Yeah,
means that our oxygen nitrogen atmosphere, it's like
it will kill it.
poison to him. It's like
Yeah.
acid because
Mm-hmm.
like his body just isn't. They're just not made for that type of environment. It's like if we were to step out into the surface of Venus, like we'd be boiled
We die
alive.
instant. Yeah. And like that, like he managed to get him to. I don't know how
I
he
mean,
managed to drag him, but he did. He dragged him all the
it's
way.
when you have when you have like so many limbs, like anything like him,
Right.
anything's possible. Uh,
Mm-hmm. And he's like kind of look like a rock, so he would be fine.
I mean, he's a rock type person. Like, what's
Mm.
interesting is like we did see how he eats, and it is quite
Yeah.
disturbing.
Yeah.
Uh,
That's why he was stopped eating. He was like, oh no. I was like, wait, ew, what? No. Like the slurping though, I was like, ew. He's like, what the hell I eat is beautiful. And I was like, what? Ew. No, don't show us how you eat, please. And it's
they were gonna show it.
yeah, I knew they were gonna show it anyway. But the Like what got me again was when he came back. He woke up. Grace woke up and was like, "Hey," like he's trying to talk to him and stuff, and he said something, but the audio didn't pick in to where his voice would be at, and I think he understood it because we don't get any voice cue at all. Um, and he was working on everything to make sure the nanorites are in this container and the predator and
The
stuff like
Talmiba
that.
is what he referred to it as, which he said
Hmm.
like was like very like he said was kind of stupid that we're just naming it essentially based off of where it's from. Because
It's just a little. It's fine, but he was like, "Oh, I'm." He's just talking to him the whole time, and mind you, like we think he's dead, and I'm thinking
oh,
he's just talking to his dead corpse, and it makes me, and I was tearing up because I thought he was talking to his dead corpse.
I had somewhat of a suspicion that he was alive, but that's kind of
Yeah, it
because like
was
we
very
saw the
small because of the way it looked, you know. And you have to remember the way they sleep.
yeah, they're paralyzed essentially.
Yeah. And then after a while when he went to sleep next to him, like he got out and rolled in his little ball. He was like sleep. He's not realizing what's going on, and he's like, "Don't mess with me," because he thinks that is um because like Rocky's the roommate, and he's like, "Don't let me sleep," and then he realizes and he hugs the ball. It's just really like a really heartwarming moment.
This movie does a really good job of tugging at
Tearing
the
the heartstrings.
heartstrings. Yeah,
Yeah.
this this is yet another performance that Ryan Gosling just knocks out of the park.
Yes, like his acting when he's like upset, when he's like I don't want to, like the scenes, it was great.
Him
Like
him actually crashing out like a little bit after he realizes the xenonite, which is the element that Rocky
yeah.
made, which is the solid xenon.
Mhm.
Uh, was eating through the containment cells, and the fact that he had to make that decision when the like after he essentially he didn't need to do that. He could have
Mhm.
essentially kind of fucked off and headed home, like,
Mhm.
but he chose to save his best friend because like since his whole ship what it was made of the stuff, it
It
would
would
have
have
killed
killed him.
him. Yeah.
And he came back and he was like crying, and I was like, "Don't tell me he's dead, man." Don't, like I'd be very upset. And you hear his little noises that he makes in the distance, and he's like, "Oh, you're alive," and it's just very heartwarming. Um, and their planet is very beautiful too.
Very interesting that a planet who well then again I don't know how planets are made, so the whole like argon would it create like a the same type of rocky atmosphere that would atmosphere terrain and like water and shit, but I don't know, I'm not a giraffe that studied physics.
Mm. It's just a very there's a lot of it's an emotional roller coaster, not in a bad way, in a good way.
Uh, and the fact that Rocky didn't have a face the entire time, like, and I know that may sound really weird to you, Anaya, because like, what do you mean by that? Like it's
Yeah, I noticed. I was just like,
well, part of a lot of Hollywood kind of believes like if a character doesn't have a face, like how are we supposed to see them emote? Like how are we supposed to see like who they what they're thinking at a given time? It's why like for example a lot of the Marvel movies they keep constantly taking the mask off. It's like oh so we can see the actor's face so we can know what they're feeling. When it's like
mm.
a lot of
They
films.
did they did a really good job noting on how Rocky feels even though he doesn't have a face. And the fact that he can see and stuff and it gives an insight of how a POV and how he sees and um like when he communicates with Grace and it's just like he has a personality.
And yeah, as they dissect the language and like as I we find out like how his mate's name is said. We even find out how they say goodbye with rubbing the little ridges on their on their arms.
Mhm. Yeah, that and when he returned the message back, he was telling him what he found, having Rocky say hello to Earth, and like it was very cute. But also that he said like I sent all the information to you. You do what you need to do, and then
And
as
it
the
did
other I
show that
say,
time passed, by the
yeah,
way. When we
yeah,
next see
because
what's her
she's
face,
gray hair.
yeah, she's older. Uh, which is something that like space is big, people. Like that's just something that like we kind of talk about a lot of the time when we were playing like Outer Worlds or
Or
Outer
Dead
Wilds.
Space.
Fuck, space is big and it is empty, so just going
Mhm.
anywhere would take a vast amount of time. That's why it
Mhm.
was deemed a one-way trip.
Mhm. And it's just like when you think about it, like when you think about Iron Lung and you think about Project Hail Mary, and it does give you a little like, oh man, this like may
but but instead of wallowing in despair, Project Hail
like
Mary
do
is about like
something about
we
it.
yeah we got shit to do.
Mhm. But I think most of the visuals were really good. Again, like I said,
My
it's just
favorite
like
shot was the when they're collecting the astrophage uh,
mhm.
from the Paralov line or
Yeah, me too. Like it's beautiful. Like and it's under the infrared. So you can see it's this red color and then all they were just flying and it's just all beautiful. It's been
and what's funny is like since Rocky couldn't see it, he's just floating up there and he's like, "What are you doing? I'm having a moment."
mhm.
Let's see. Are there anything else you want to bring up before we call it?
So we're gonna talk about our ratings and if it's a movie that we would see again.
Well, on see again, obviously, yes. I cannot
Mhm.
wait to. I can't wait to, like, I don't know. For example, like, I can't wait to get like a little replica of the Hail Mary. Which, by the way, just
Mhm.
great ship design, and the fact that like there's always these little details. How did they solve the gravity situation? They turned the ship into a centrifuge. It's like it's fucking brilliant how most of the, and you
It's
see
awful.
the ship, a lot of the instruments rotate. That's how it incorporates for gravity. uh it's such an interesting fucking film to me.
Hmm.
uh like I said, this is either gonna get a 9 or a 10. I need to digest it a bit further.
Right. Yeah, that's a 9 or 10 for me as well. We still have to digest it and, you know, maybe see it for a second time. Who knows?
And then maybe get like some counterpoints. I
Hmm.
don't know. I don't know if anyone's said anything bad about this film yet.
No, not that I've seen, but that was a really good movie.
Yeah, go ahead and see it. Uh, well, this will be our thoughts. We might do a later snippet involving the rest of the cast. If they'll fucking see it. Max, for some reason, is just not wanting to see this fucking movie. Uh,
It's great. I don't know what the problem is.
I think he's just waiting for another Key Jangle movie. We make fun of him sometimes, like he's excited for the back rooms, and it makes the
We are
jokes.
too, but
I
man, excuse me.
I'm excited for it because I want like good horror. Like
Right.
I
We love
sometime
it.
every once in a while I do wonder if you two are excited just because it's just the back rooms, because it's just got a name
No.
attached to it, and it's like it's
No, because like I was the one who brought up who's directing this movie.
yeah, the fact that it's the original creator. Uh,
Yeah, because he's really good at what he does. And like in his go to his YouTube channel. I lost his name in train of thought. Sorry, but
it's made by the original guy. What's his name? I don't know.
I don't know.
Thanks.
So I'd watch his videos because again it gives you a snippet of what you're about to see in the movie theater, because it's actually quite unsettling when you think about it.
Well, with that, yeah, we'll see you next week. Bye bye.
Bye.